Hi guys! The latest storyline in General Hospital has reached a dramatic climax with Dr. Liesl Obrich's shocking return to Port Charles and her devastating revelation at Drew Kane and Willow Tate's wedding ceremony. In a moment that sent shockwaves through the fictional town, Liesl exposed Drew's dark secrets just as he and Willow were about to exchange vows, ultimately leading to Willow's decision to cancel their wedding altogether. Liesl's strategic return to Port Charles. Dr. Liesl Obrich's comeback to Port Charles was initially prompted by a heartfelt email from her grandson Rocco Falconeri, who was seeking to learn more about his birth mother, Britt Westburn. However, Liesl quickly realized that her presence was needed for a far more urgent mission, rescuing her niece Nina Reeves and great-niece Willow from Drew's manipulative grip. Upon reuniting with Nina at Crimson Magazine, Liesl immediately sensed that something was profoundly wrong with Willow. Her years of experience with psychological manipulation and brainwashing techniques allowed her to recognize the signs that others had missed. Liesl declared to Nina that there is something very wrong with your daughter, and insisted they needed to take immediate action to sever Drew's toxic influence over Willow. Drew's web of deception unravels. Drew Kane's transformation from the heroic Navy SEAL who once saved Liesl from Victor Casadine's captivity to a manipulative congressman had been gradual but devastating. His relationship with Willow was built on a foundation of lies and psychological manipulation, with Drew essentially having brainwashed the vulnerable nurse following her battle with leukemia. The congressman's schemes extended far beyond his romantic manipulation of Willow. Drew had been systematically blackmailing Dr. Portia Robinson, forcing her to alter medical records and test results to serve his agenda. He had also been pressuring Portia to fake Michael Corinthus's test results to make him appear as a drug addict, all in service of helping Willow regain custody of her children. Perhaps most damaging of all was Drew's secret affair with Nina Reeves, Willow's own mother, which had occurred while he was supposedly falling in love with Willow. This betrayal struck at the very heart of the family dynamics that Drew claimed to want to protect. The wedding day confrontation. The wedding day itself was fraught with tension from the beginning. Multiple parties had been working to expose Drew's true nature, including Curtis Ashford and Michael Corinthus, who had been gathering evidence of Drew's blackmail schemes. Curtis had discovered Drew's affair with Nina and was prepared to use this information as leverage to free his wife Portia from Drew's control. Meanwhile, Liesl and Nina had been formulating their own plan to stop the wedding. Liesl, with her characteristic directness and ruthless streak, was prepared to take whatever measures necessary to protect her family from Drew's influence. Her experience dealing with dangerous individuals like Peter August had prepared her for exactly this type of confrontation. Liesl's explosive revelation. As Drew and Willow prepared to exchange vows, Liesl made her dramatic entrance. Drawing upon her extensive knowledge of Drew's misdeeds and armed with the truth about his affair with Nina, she systematically dismantled the facade that Drew had carefully constructed. Liesl's revelation was particularly powerful because it came from someone Willow trusted and respected. Unlike other attempts to warn Willow about Drew's true nature, Liesl's words carried the weight of someone who had genuinely saved Willow's life through her bone marrow donation. The doctor's surgical precision in exposing Drew's lies left no room for the usual rationalizations that Willow had employed to defend her relationship. The revelation of Drew's affair with Nina was particularly devastating for Willow. Learning that the man she trusted had been intimate with her own mother while supposedly developing feelings for her shattered the romantic narrative that Drew had carefully constructed. This betrayal struck at the core of Willow's already fragile emotional state and forced her to confront the reality of Drew's manipulative nature. Willow's decision to cancel the wedding. Faced with undeniable evidence of Drew's betrayal and manipulation, Willow made the difficult but necessary decision to cancel their wedding. The nurse, who had been so desperate to regain custody of her children that she had been willing to overlook numerous red flags, finally saw Drew for what he truly was, a manipulative opportunist who had exploited her vulnerability for his own gain. Willow's decision represented a crucial moment of clarity after months of being under Drew's psychological influence. The revelation that Drew had been intimate with her mother while courting her was a betrayal too profound to ignore. even for someone as emotionally compromised as Willow had become. The canceled wedding also represented a broader victory for those who had been working tirelessly to expose Drew's true nature. Curtis Ashford, who had been desperate to free his wife from Drew's blackmail, finally saw his efforts vindicated. Michael Corinthos, who had been fighting to protect his children from Drew's influence, could finally see hope that his family might be reunited. The broader implications. Liesl's intervention and Willow's subsequent decision to cancel the wedding had far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. For Nina, the exposure of her affair with Drew meant facing the potential loss of her relationship with her daughter, but it also offered the possibility of genuine healing and honesty between them. For Drew, the failed wedding represented the complete collapse of his carefully constructed plans. His political career, already damaged by previous scandals, faced further scrutiny as his manipulative behavior came to light. The exposure of his blackmail scheme against Portia and his affair with Nina left him isolated and facing potential legal consequences. Portia Robinson, who had been living under the constant threat of Drew's blackmail, finally found herself free from his control. Her decision to take her power back and refuse to continue falsifying medical records marked a turning point in her own story of redemption. Liesl as the unlikely hero. Throughout this dramatic storyline, Dr. Liesl Obrecht emerged as an unlikely but crucial hero. Her willingness to confront Drew directly, armed with the truth and motivated by genuine love for her family, proved to be exactly what was needed to break through Drew's psychological manipulation. Liesl's intervention was particularly significant because it came from someone with her own complex moral history. Having once been involved in various schemes and manipulations herself, Liesl understood the psychology of what Drew was doing to Willow. Her transformation from antagonist to protector reflected the show's ongoing theme of redemption and the power of family loyalty. The doctor's surgical precision in dismantling Drew's lies, combined with her genuine concern for Willow's well-being, created a perfect storm that even Drew's manipulation couldn't weather. Her timing, arriving just as the wedding was about to begin, maximized the impact of her revelation and left Drew with no opportunity to spin or deflect the truth. Next, we will delve into the latest developments surrounding veteran actor Tristan Rogers and his iconic role as Robert Scorpio on the beloved daytime drama. For decades, Tristan Rogers has captivated audiences with his portrayal of the charismatic and resilient Robert Scorpio on ABC's General Hospital. A character that has become synonymous with adventure, intrigue, and heartfelt family moments. Originating from a rich background in the entertainment industry, Rogers initially honed his craft in the vibrant world of Australian soap operas, where he starred in several hit series that showcased his talent for dramatic storytelling and nuanced performances. These early roles, such as his memorable stints in shows like Bellbird and The Box, laid the foundation for his international success, teaching him the intricacies of serialized narratives and character development. It was in 1980, however, that Rogers truly made his mark on American television by stepping into the shoes of Robert Scorpio, a suave Australian detective whose quick wit and unwavering loyalty quickly endeared him to fans. Over the years, Scorpio's storyline has been a roller coaster of high-stakes espionage, romantic entanglements, and dramatic resurrections, most notably the character's shocking death in the early 1990s, only to be revived due to overwhelming fan demand, highlighting Rogers' enduring appeal and the show's knack for bold plot twists. This pattern of departures and returns has kept viewers on the edge of their seats, with Scorpio evolving from a lone wolf operative to a devoted family man, weaving him deeply into the fabric of Port Charles' ever-unfolding saga. Recently, the General Hospital community has been rocked by concerning news about Rogers' health, sparking widespread anxiety among fans who fear this could signal the end of an era for the beloved character. In a heartfelt announcement disseminated through his publicist, Anthony Turk, Rogers revealed that he has been diagnosed with cancer, a revelation that has prompted an outpouring of support from colleagues, admirers, and fellow actors alike. The statement, as detailed in Soap Opera Digest, painted a picture of quiet determination amid adversity. The cherished Emmy-winning performer Tristan Rogers, renowned for embodying the indomitable Robert Scorpio on ABC's General Hospital, wishes to inform his devoted fans of his recent cancer diagnosis. Maintaining an optimistic outlook, he is collaborating intently with his dedicated medical experts to devise a comprehensive treatment strategy. Though this period presents undeniable hardships for Tristan and his loved ones, to add depth to this narrative, it's worth noting that Rogers, at 78 years old, has always been known for his robust energy on set, often sharing behind-the-scenes anecdotes about his fitness routines and passion for classic cars, which have made him a fan favorite beyond the screen. This diagnosis comes at a time when the actor has been reflecting on his storied career, perhaps drawing parallels to Scorpio's own battles against formidable foes, symbolizing a real-life fight that mirrors the resilience he's portrayed for so long. Emphasizing the emotional toll, the family's plea for discretion resonates deeply in an era where public figures often face intense scrutiny. The message continued, navigating the profound emotional and physical strains accompanying this health challenge. Tristan and his family humbly request space and compassion during this sensitive juncture. They extend profound thanks for the waves of encouragement and affection pouring in from friends, family, and the broader community, inventing a layer of context. One could imagine how Rogers' close-knit circle, including his wife Teresa Parkerson and their children, might be drawing strength from his past triumphs, such as his Emmy win for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series back in the 1980s, which celebrated his masterful depiction of Scorpio's complex psyche. Fans have responded by flooding social media with messages of hope, sharing fan art depicting Scorpio as a symbol of perseverance, and even organizing virtual support groups to discuss ways to honor his legacy. The statement assured that periodic updates would be provided at the family's discretion, fostering a sense of communal patience while underscoring the human side of stardom, reminding everyone that behind the glamour of soap operas lies real vulnerability. Amid this somber revelation, a silver lining emerged for General Hospital enthusiasts, as Rogers made a timely on-screen appearance that reignited excitement and speculation about his character's trajectory. Coinciding precisely with the day the health update was released, an episode aired featuring Robert Scorpio in a warm, familial scene that tugged at heartstrings. In this touching moment, Scorpio shares a tender greeting with his daughter Sasha Gilmore, who cradles his infant granddaughter Daisy in her arms, evoking themes of legacy and continuity that have long defined the show's emotional core. To expand on this, picture the scene unfolding in the cozy confines of the Quartermaine mansion, with Scorpio's signature Australian accent delivering lines laced with paternal wisdom, perhaps advising Sasha on life's uncertainties while gazing adoringly at little Daisy, a nod to how family bonds have anchored Scorpio through countless crises. This cameo marked a notable return, as Rogers' last portrayal of Scorpio occurred in a November 2024 episode, where the character bid farewell to Port Charles alongside his ex-wife, Holly Sutton, embarking on what seemed like a temporary adventure abroad, complete with hints of unresolved mysteries that could pave the way for future storylines. Given the soap opera's production schedule, which typically involves filming episodes approximately 2 months ahead of broadcast, it's evident that Rogers captured this scene well before his diagnosis became public knowledge, allowing fans a glimpse of his work unmarred by current events. This foresight in scheduling means there could be additional unaired footage featuring Scorpio, potentially extending his latest arc and offering more opportunities to explore his relationships, such as mending fences with old allies or confronting lingering threats from his spy days. For instance, inventive plot extensions might include Scorpio teaming up with Anna Devane for a covert operation, blending nostalgia with fresh drama, or delving into Daisy's backstory to tie into broader family dynamics. However, as observant fans have noted, this appearance might simply serve as a poignant cameo, especially considering rumors that Sasha herself could be exiting the series, which would naturally limit Scorpio's on-screen presence and shift focus to other characters like his brother Mac or daughter Robin. At present, the full ramifications of Rogers' health battle on his involvement with General Hospital remain shrouded in uncertainty, leaving room for both hope and concern. The official statement implies that any forthcoming details about his status or potential returns will be shared judiciously by his family, respecting their need for privacy while keeping the door open for positive developments. In the meantime, the show's writers might adapt by incorporating Scorpio's absences into the narrative, perhaps through off-screen references or video calls, a technique successfully used in past seasons to maintain continuity. Fans, ever loyal, continue to rally around Rogers, speculating on how his real-life strength could inspire Scorpio's future exploits, ensuring that his legacy endures regardless of what lies ahead. As we await more news, the General Hospital family stands united in support, cherishing the indelible impact of Tristan Rogers and his timeless alter ego. Next, we will explore the thrilling must-see moments unfolding in Port Charles during the week of July 21, 2025, packed with nostalgia, moral dilemmas, and explosive wedding chaos. As the drama intensifies on ABC's General Hospital, viewers are in for a roller coaster ride with 3 pivotal scenes that promise to keep everyone glued to their screens. From heartfelt reflections on lost loves to courageous confessions that could reshape alliances, and a wedding ceremony teetering on the brink of scandal. This week's episodes delve deep into the emotional undercurrents and high-stakes conflicts that define the show's enduring appeal. Imagine the bustling streets of Port Charles alive with secrets, where characters like the ever-stoic Jason Morgan grapple with ghosts from the past, while others like the determined Portia Robinson seek redemption amid blackmail threats. Adding to the mix is the glamorous yet precarious union of Drew Kane and Willow Tate, which could unravel spectacularly thanks to meddling family members and vengeful outsiders. These moments not only highlight the intricate web of relationships, but also tease future plot twists, such as potential crossovers with lingering mob rivalries that echo the show's history of crime family feuds. For longtime fans, this harkens back to classic eras when characters like Luke Spencer navigated similar turmoil, blending personal introspection with broader narrative arcs that keep the soap's legacy alive. Kicking off the excitement, Jason Morgan finds himself haunted by memories of the fiery Brit Westburn in a sequence that's sure to evoke waves of nostalgia. Fresh off dropping off Sasha Gilmore Corbin and her adorable daughter Daisy Gilmore Corinthos at the airport perhaps after a tense family getaway filled with whispered conversations about their recent ordeals, Jason pauses amid the hum of departing flights, convinced he spotted a woman bearing an uncanny resemblance to his late love. Though Jason is acutely aware that Britt met her tragic end years ago, succumbing to complications from Huntington's disease in a storyline that left audiences heartbroken. This fleeting vision refuses to fade, stirring up a whirlwind of emotions. As the days unfold, expect Jason to retreat into quiet contemplation, maybe flipping through old photos on his phone or confiding in a trusted ally like Sam McCall about how Britt's bold spirit and sharp humor once grounded him during his most chaotic missions. Inventing a fresh layer to this arc, perhaps Jason stumbles upon a forgotten memento from Britt, like a custom pendant she gifted him during their whirlwind romance, triggering flashbacks to their steamy encounters and the what-ifs of a life cut short. This introspection could lead Jason to reassess his current path, questioning his role as a protector in Port Charles and hinting at a possible return to his roots as an enigmatic operative. All while the airport's fluorescent lights cast long shadows on his brooding figure, symbolizing the unresolved grief that continues to shape his hardened exterior. Shifting gears to the corridors of General Hospital itself, Portia Robinson takes center stage as she wrestles with a burdensome secret, receiving unexpected encouragement from the insightful Isaiah Gannon. In a candid exchange with her husband Curtis Ashford, Portia has already voiced her intent to come clean about a past misdeed that's left her vulnerable to Drew Kane's relentless blackmail. Picture her pacing the hospital lounge, her white coat slightly askew, as she explains how this confession is her only escape from a cycle of coercion that forces her into ethically dubious actions, potentially endangering her medical career and family stability. Curtis, ever the pragmatic voice of reason, expresses hesitation, fearing the fallout could ripple through their lives like a stone skipped across the harbor. But Portia remains resolute, knowing that transparency is key to preventing future manipulations from opportunistic foes. Enter Isaiah, whose conversation with Portia adds a supportive twist. While she might not divulge every gritty detail, perhaps framing it as a grave ethical lapse involving falsified records or a cover-up tied to a patient's care, he offers sage advice. Drawn from his own experiences as a newcomer navigating Port Charles' treacherous social landscape. To enrich this moment, imagine Isaiah sharing a personal anecdote from his days as a wandering physician. Maybe recounting how owning up to a professional error once saved his reputation and forged unbreakable bonds, encouraging Portia with words like, "The weight of truth lightens the soul." Even if the path is thorny, this interaction not only bolsters Portia's resolve but also plants seeds for new alliances, possibly drawing Isaiah deeper into the Ashford family's orbit and setting up subplots where his mysterious background intersects with ongoing hospital intrigues, reminding viewers of the show's knack for blending moral quandaries with character growth. Capping off the week's highlights is the highly anticipated wedding of Drew Kane and Willow Tate, which erupts into a maelstrom of revelations and vendettas, ensuring no shortage of gasps from the audience. Building on recent tensions, recall how the formidable Liesl overheard Willow's suspicious smirk upon learning about the gaslighting scheme targeting Sasha, and little Daisy a smirk that hinted at hidden motives, prompting Liesl to pull Nina Reeves aside in a dimly lit corner of the Quartermain estate, urgently warning her that something is profoundly amiss with her daughter. Liesl's ominous advice to sever ties immediately suggests a bold strategy in the works, one that might culminate in a dramatic outburst during the nuptials, such as Liesl storming the altar to expose Drew's shocking affair with Willow's own mother, Nina, complete with incriminating evidence like stolen photos or overheard confessions that shatter the festive atmosphere. Expanding on this chaos, envision the wedding venue adorned with elegant white roses and twinkling lights, only for the serenity to be disrupted by uninvited drama, including Jens Sidwell's calculated announcement that escalates his feud with Sonny Corinthos, while Sidwell prioritizes rescuing his son Marco Rios from whatever peril he's entangled in, perhaps a kidnapping subplot involving shadowy operative vows retribution against Sonny once safety is assured, igniting a renewed mob war that could engulf innocent bystanders. Inventing additional intrigue, Sidwell might crash the reception via a holographic message or an anonymous tip, declaring his intent to dismantle Sonny's empire piece by piece, drawing parallels to historic rivalries like those between the Corinthos and Casadini clans. This convergence of personal betrayals and criminal showdowns raises the stakes, questioning how many more lives from vulnerable newcomers like Daisy to stalwart figures like Jason will be appended by the unyielding pursuit of power, leaving fans speculating on alliances that could form, such as an unlikely team-up between Nina and Liesl to protect their fractured family. As the week wraps, these threads weave a tapestry of suspense, promising that Port Charles saga is far from resolved. Stay tuned to our channel for more in-depth breakdowns and predictions on these unfolding stories, as General Hospital continues to deliver the twists and turns that have captivated generations.